New Comics Fun Time. We got 4 comics that are really awesome. They just came out this week. Batman Arkham City, Sonic Genesis Part 1, Uncanny X-Men, and my favorite of the week, a new favorite of mine, Gladstone School of Conquerors. It's only on issue 2 right now because issue 1 sold out everywhere. I couldn't find it. So that's always a good sign. That's going to be a kick-ass. Can I say kick-ass?
Yeah, you know what? There's a comic series called Kick-Ass, and we'll probably talk about it a lot eventually when the next issue comes out. Okay. So we can say Kick-Ass all we want.
But anyway, Gladstone School for World Conquerors is probably one of the most kick-ass books I've read in a long time, other than Kick-Ass. It's about these kids that are in this school for supervillains. And they have different classes like Giant Monsters 101, PE. Oh, that's not really an interesting name. PE. It goes from Monsters 101 to PE. Alright, well anyway, in PE, they fight this luchador guy who drinks this magic potion and has a magic amulet. In other words, it's crazy, and it's a lot of fun. And in this issue, they have this part where this dude makes a monster and stuffs it in a closet, and the janitor has to clean it up because it's too big. But it's actually a really friendly monster, so you can never judge a book by its cover. Like Gerald over here. Gerald's actually a really nice guy, even though he kind of looks like a poop face.
And I definitely looked like a poop face when I picked up Sonic the Hedgehog while wearing a Sonic t-shirt.
Well, a lot of words come to mind, but we'll stick with poop face.
Dweebus. Alright, so Sonic the Hedgehog is basically a Sonic reboot within the same franchise it's always been in. They've kept the same numbering scheme, they just decided to reboot it right in the middle of it, which is kind of weird, but whatever. It actually follows the Genesis games rather than a normal storyline. So what they've done with the series, though, is instead of just keeping it Sonic or Sonic and Tails, they decided to add all the annoying characters from the other Sonic the Hedgehog comic book series, which I'm not really happy about. They've also added some bald kid with a big nose, who's just like a bald version of me.
Well, apparently he's supposed to be Doc Robot. Oh, sorry, Eggman. He's supposed to be Eggman's like nephew, I think.
Yes.
They also something that always bothered me about Sonic comics in general, and the Sonic comic we read, is that it's cool that Sonic does have pants. Because Sonic having pants would be weird.
Did they end with pants and I not noticed? Like,
what?
Why are you talking about pants? Whatever.
Because the female characters don't wear pants, and they come off as sexy and alluding to Sonic the Hedgehog. They have breasts, but they don't have pants. Now, I don't think you can go both. You either go one or the other. You can't have boobs and not wear pants. And you can't flirt with Sonic the Hedgehog. You either become...
I'm stopping you right now.
I'm just saying, it's kind of weird.
I am stopping you right now. The comic was fun and entertaining in a very, like, B-movie kind of way.
Until that part.
Pick it up if you like Sonic. He's going to talk about another comic now because that was the most disturbing thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's going to stick with you, though. You're going to think about it. You're going to see Sonic the Hedgehog. You're going to see those female characters. Amy wears a dress.
You're done.
She doesn't wear clothes. I'm just saying, that's weird.
Talk about Batman. Just talk about Batman.
Well, Batman Arkham City rules. I reviewed the first 2 in a very awkward way, because it was our first ever review. Well, for me it was. So I'm sitting at the camera like this. This issue is actually really interesting, not because of how good it is, but because it's not told by Batman. This is told by some random old dude who's like 39, a car thief, and some dude that's guilty of aggravated assault. He wants to find out which person he should side up with, either the Penguin or the Joker. So we find out now that the Penguin has been chilling out in Arkham City this entire time. We haven't heard about him since now. And he's trying to recruit an army to take over Arkham City. No Batman yet, and no Hugo Strange. And we know that Hugo Strange is kind of the mastermind, but apparently he's boring because we have the Joker and the Penguin. So I'm actually kind of bummed there's only 2 issues left because this is just, this ties the game together.
They're going to leave you with a cliffhanger and you're going to want to buy that game.
Which means I'm just going to probably read more Gladstone School of Earth Conquerors and write my thesis about why Sonic the Hedgehog characters should wear pants.
So what also doesn't have that many issues left is Uncanny X-Men. And it is continuously going off on a very, very low note. We ripped apart issue 538 because it was god-awful. There was homeless people, a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, or something like that. And then I walked in the store and I actually saw this issue and showed some promise. Because this is the coolest cover I have ever seen Wolverine appear in. And then you read the issue itself, and it is god-awful. Hope Summers is basically kidnapped by a villain who I really don't care about. Wolverine goes to save her and partakes in probably one of the most embarrassing battles in comic book history, where his hair gets blown off. It was just ridiculous looking. He was running around like this bald, mutated thing.
Do you have something against bald people? Like that bald dweebus that you just talked about in Sonic the Hedgehog?
It was a very bald week for comics.